Hey guys, it's Health Coach Shalyn here, coming to you yet again to talk about my new book. We're going to talk today about chapter 1 in my book, Take Me Off the Wait List. The last time that I came to you, we talked through the introduction of who I am and my journey, and we talked all about my story. But today we're going to start getting a little bit deeper into the different concepts and different things that are going to help you as you read the book. Remember that I will put a link in the description of today's video so that you can go onto Amazon and purchase your copy. Remember, it's available as a paperback, as you see here, and then also in the electronic version. So I received some great comments and different things from you all from viewing my last video, and I'm really excited to be able to talk through this book, my book, with you. You know, I realize a lot of authors don't actually take the time to explain, you know, the thinking behind what's in the book and how things can help you. And so there's just a couple of things that I want to point out to you in chapter 1. So let me just turn to chapter 1 and we'll go through that. And technically it's called chapter 2. So the title of this chapter is Get Your Mind Right. And I'm hoping that that doesn't reflect to you backwards, but we will see. But the title of the chapter is Get Your Mind Right. My thinking in why is it so important to have a mindset, a frame of mind of being in good health, is because if your mind is not made up and you've not decided on how you want to move forward and how you want to live and what's your goals nutritionally and what shape you want to be in and how fit you want to be, if your mind isn't made up, then you've got nowhere to turn. Because if you go off of just your emotions, one day you might be, like so excited, I am about to do this, and the next day you may not. But when you make a decision in your mind, you set up brain tracks, you set up a path, and that path becomes something that becomes repetitive. So let me explain. In the first portion of this chapter, I talk about, let me just read it to you. So it says, have you ever been around someone who said they just cannot stop watching a certain TV show, or they cannot stop shopping at a certain store, or maybe they cannot stop eating ice cream? These are statements that are based upon the tracks that have been set up in the mind. And what I'm saying is, we as humans, we learn from repetitive behavior. We learn from doing the same things over and over. Let me explain let me take this a little further. So, as long as I can remember, I've always worn Nike gym shoes. Seriously. It's always been some kind of Nike gym shoes. My brain does not even let me think about looking at a different brand of shoe. Like right now, I'm due for some more fitness shoes, some more gym shoes, because I've been really, on the treadmill at the gym, and just the same pair of shoes for about a year. And that's actually something that I talk about in my next book that I'm actually currently already starting to write. But because I've been having the same brand, I've worn the same type of shoe, I know what I'm looking for, I know how it fits. My brain does not even let me think about choosing a different brand. Does that make sense to you when I talk about the tracks that have been laid in my brain? The reason why I lay the foundation first on what tracks are, on how it affects your life, is because I bring out a concept, I should say, that when you have made up a decision in your brain will follow that same thing. I actually talk about how your mind controls your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors, and your reactions to people and situations. So this is interesting, but I will go ahead and explain this to you. In this chapter, I also bring out how, most of us have been to driver's training classes. We're licensed drivers and we drive on the street. One of the things that we learn in driver's training class is that you have to stop at red lights. You cannot run a red light. You have to stop. It's the same brain that keeps you from running the red light, that can keep you from eating things that are not healthy, that can keep you consistently exercising, that can keep you drinking water on a consistent basis. And that concept is talked about in this chapter. I want to challenge you to, take the time to think about what is keeping you from, drinking water consistently. What is keeping you from exercising consistently? Is it that maybe you're talking yourself out of it? Maybe you keep saying, I can't exercise. That's not for me. That's for other people. And you're training your brain with those thoughts. Or maybe you're saying, plain water is just nasty. I could never drink water on a consistent basis. You're creating that path in your brain. You see how simple that is? But once you decide that you want to do something, everything lines up with that. Okay? Now, I want to read something else. I love these statements that I have in here. It says, we are a product of our habits, be it good ones or bad ones, and your body responds accordingly. If you feed yourself healthy, nutritious things, then your skin is bright and you are probably lean and toned. You might even get closer to your optimum body weight. Notice that I did not say size 0. Being close to your optimum body weight gives you a higher capacity to sustain exercising, more energy to play in the yard with your kids, and even the ability to go up and down flights of stairs without breathing heavy. I want you to think about how your decisions and what you're saying and how your habits are affecting you. One of the things that I walk through also in this chapter, I have an exercise in here on helping you to find out even things that you're addicted to, things that, you may find that you can't help but eating, different habits, different restaurants that you feel like you have to eat or even eat at, or even like me, where I felt like I had to have potato chips. I actually walk you through step by step on how to acknowledge those things that are holding you back and how to consciously make a change so you're no longer bound by those things that are holding you back. And there's step-by-step directions. There's a place in here for you to write. Yes, because we talked about how this book is part workbook, is part self-help. There's different things in here that are going to really help you. One little feature that I love in how I end each chapter. Each chapter I put in here a little blurb that says one more thing. Here, the quote that I have says, once you get your mind right, everything else follows. So today's walk through this chapter is not very long. It's straightforward because once you get your mind right, there is no stopping you. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So once again, I want to encourage you to click the link that I'll put in the description of today's video and pick up this book and purchase it from Amazon. I know a lot of people have loved the electronic version of the book. I actually also love the paperback because then you can take your time and go through the book right in the areas where I've left you places to write in the book, and this book can be a great companion for you for the whole year. And so you don't have to be stuck in the rut of making your New Year's, resolutions at the top of the year, and by February 1st, you're done. This book can be a companion for you that can keep you motivated as well as determined to keep going. So I hope that you respond to this video and you drop me a comment. Let me know what questions that you have. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.